Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3 and I'm back with a brand new episode, part 3 of What If Naruto had the power of Kratos and Thor guys. Remember to get this one too, 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And don't forget, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 more channels, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And also, don't forget to comment your ideas down below if you want them to be done by me on any of the latest posts. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now, guys. So the last time we left off, Sakura started to realize just how bad the world actually was. As she ventured to the land of Wave where she almost died and saw true corruption, and she saw how truly horrible it was there, it made her feel strange. It made her realize just how privileged her life was, seeing all the children without parents, and those that have lost loved ones here. It was just so tragic, yes it was. When the grand battle on the bridge came, Naruto did not pull his punches. Due to the fact that Zabuza and Gato, well, their little partnership was over. Due to the fact that Zabuza was dead, Gato brought an army, a rather large one. Team 7 seemed like they were going to be overwhelmed, but Kakashi was a monster amongst men, proving that he was a superior to all of them, yet their numbers were so vast. Seeing the danger that they proposed, Naruto summoned lightning from the heavens and struck them into nothingness. He wiped out a part of the bridge. He split the ocean. The people of the land of Wave was happy. Even Sakura did not said anything bad as she hugged Naruto, telling him that he saved them. Kakashi, though, as he reported to Hiruzen once he got back, he's never seen power like that throughout his entire years of being a ninja. And Naruto was a child, so they could just imagine just how much more powerful he would become. Months passed by as Sakura really excelled, wanting to keep up with her teammates, not wanting to be left behind. She knew that neither of them would say it, but she knew that she was holding back the team, so she needed to get stronger. Both boys were already proficient in nature element, not an expert, but they both were able to perform it. So Kakashi spent time helping her grow and was surprised by how special the girl was for someone from two civilian background, yes. As she became rather strong, while Naruto learned to harness his rage and use it as fuel, and learning how to control both of his weapons. As the time get by, we get to see the Chunin exams. Team 7 was immediately qualified for it, where they met the team from the sand and several others. A little bit of skirmish before they headed to the Forest of Death. That is when he arrived. Naruto bought time for his teammates to get back. Orochimaru was here to mark Sasuke, but Naruto would not allow it as he got in the path. A battle of the ages took place, to the point that Orochimaru had to release almost all of his power, as Hiruzen Sensei, Anko, everyone rushed to the forest. Naruto went toe-to-toe with the Sannin and obliterated him. Orochimaru escaped the one little tiny snake, while his blade had punctured through Naruto's chest, expanding and destroying Naruto's heart. The scene was terrifying as Sakura witnessed Naruto's body collapsing dead. She cursed at the medics to help him, but unfortunately there wasn't much they could do. Not even the Nine Tails could help him now. He died. Orochimaru's snake went to Kabuto as he brought him back to the sound, where they sacrificed Kimimaro to bring Orochimaru back through the curse mark. The boy had killed him. However, he placed a piece of his soul fragment in each of the curse mark. Orochimaru was glad that he got rid of that nuisance. He would be a problem in the future. Team 7 did not pass on to the last round. As the funeral took place, quite a few people were there. As Naruto died, protecting his teammates and fighting for Konoha. However, in the end, as everything seemed to be left and done, there was no body in the grave. So yeah guys, basically that's what I left off. You guys can switch across the playlist of yourself so as to begin this new episode. The world continued to turn. That was perhaps the cruelest part of it all. Despite everything, despite the gaping hole that Naruto's death had torn into reality, the sun still rose, birds still sang, and people went about their life as if nothing had changed. But for Sakura Haruno, everything had changed. She sat on her bed. She was not looking at anything really, as she gazed through the mirror. 3 weeks has passed since the funeral. 3 weeks of her mother bringing her meals that she barely touched. Her father trying to show his unwavering support all of them had, but she barely registered anyone around her. Her stomach was a knot of emptiness, and it had nothing to do with hunger. He's really gone. The mere thought of it made her feel like she could not continue. It went over and over and over in her mind. Naruto was dead, buried, gone forever. Since she was 6 years old. He came in her life when she was 6 years old. He was a constant presence, powerful in every way. Not just his strength, but being a support for her, defending her against those bullies, encouraging her that she can do whatever she wants, without doubt. He made her feel safe, even at the land of Wave when she opened up, as she had almost died. Realizing how cruel the world was, he made it seem like it wasn't as bad as it really was. People believed that he was cold and standoffish due to him barely responding most times. But she knew him. She knew him better than anything and anyone. And since his death, feelings have been bubbling in her chest. Feelings that she put aside. Feelings that she never even think about. They were young. She thought they had time. Moboki on the other hand had seen it. She saw it. She saw the way her daughter's face lit up whenever Naruto was mentioned. When she was placed on Team 7 with Naruto, she spoke non-stop about him. She spoke non-stop about how they would grow together. Sakura. She knew, but at the same time, she was young. Although in this world, children were sent out as ninjas. But they were supposed to have time. You would never imagine that. What you see out there would happen to you. They were supposed to have time. As she sat there, quiet, just looking at nothing, she knew she loved Naruto Uzumaki with everything she had. And he loved her back in his quiet way, his protective way. Neither of them had quite understand it or express it because they did not know how. There was a soft knock. Sakura, honey, you have visitors. She did not respond, but the door opened as Ino entered. Casual. Well, she tried to be. knowing that the best thing to do was to put her mind on something else to help her friend. Hinata Hyuga was also there as well. Her gentle presence filled the room. Hinata, when she first met Naruto, she had a little crush on him as well. Maybe it was just fascination. There was something about him. They were young and yet he seemed more powerful and older than all of them. With simple words, Hinata was there that day. She wanted to say something, she wanted to help, but too afraid. She wanted to help Sakura, but then he arrived. Maybe she just admired his presence. After that, though, she saw how close the both of them were. And that feeling faded away. But she saw Naruto as someone that was, well, he was a wonderful person. And he did not deserve to die. He died protecting his teammates though. Because that's the kind of person that he was. Hey, forehead. Ino said, trying to use her usual banter with Sakura. But it wasn't said in its usual way. It was soft and gentle. We're staging an intervention, she said. You're coming with us today. I'm fine here, Sakura said. Her voice sounding distant. No, you're not. Sakura, I know you're hurting, and that we can't imagine how much it is hurting because of how close you were to him. But you can't stop living. You know that Naruto wouldn't have wanted that. The mention of his name was like a knife stabbing in her chest. Don't, Sakura said. Don't tell me what he wanted. You barely knew him. You're right. I didn't know what he would have liked you to do. But I know that he cared about you as much as you cared about him. And no one, absolutely no one, want to see someone they care about fall apart like this. No one want. He's dead. Sakura snapped at her. He's dead. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't save him. I couldn't help. I've been learning medical ninjutsu, but in that moment, there was nothing I could do to help him. I couldn't stop anything. He died. And I was too weak. I had to run away. He died protecting his team. She said, clenching her fists, tears in her eyes. Of course she wasn't angry at Naruto protecting them. She was angry at everything, Orochimaru, the situation, everything. Ino stepped forward. I know it hurt, but you're not alone. We're here for you. Every single one of us, she said. They were not the only one that came. The rest of the rookies were downstairs. Shikamaru leaned against the wall, Choji offering food to anyone that would ask. Even Shino, with his stoic behavior, was there as well. And Sasuke. Sasuke sat. His face looked like it was carved from stone as he was quiet. Mobuki Haruno watched them, her heart aching for her daughter. She known just how Sakura had felt. She had a hard time making friends when she was younger. And he became something more than just her friend. Mobuki still felt ashamed how she felt when their friendship was introduced. But she was simply worried about her daughter. But she forgot about that a long time ago, that Naruto would ever bring her daughter any harm. Kaisashi placed a hand on her shoulder. Even with all of us, she'll need time. I know. I just wish I could take this pain away from her and carry it myself. She shouldn't have to go through this, Mobuki said. Time skip. At the office, Sarutobi smoked his pipe. He's seen a lot of deaths, given his advanced age, but this one hit him very hard. Similar to his wife's death. Maybe it's because he blamed himself for this one. Yes. As he looked up at the photo, those eyes looked down upon him. No one ever knew that Naruto was the son of Minato. He was treated badly as a child, an outcast. It never truly bothered Naruto that way, but he didn't deserve that. Hiruzen blamed himself. If I had killed Orochimaru back then, he would have spared so many lives, including Naruto's, but he hadn't. He held back. It was the memories of the brilliant student Orochimaru once was. He remembered the words of Enma, his summon. You will come to regret this action. It was a promise. Yes, it was a promise that he had told him. He will regret this action. And Enma was right, 100%. You're brooding again, Jiraiya said as he climbed through the window and sat down in the chair. I should have been there, Jiraiya said. Should have been in the village. I should have been watching over him. I am his godfather after all. But I wasn't there. So if anyone should be brooding, it should be me, he said, looking at Hiruzen. Hiruzen was quiet. It's not your fault. If I had stopped Orochimaru back then, none of this would have ever happened. But I failed. So don't blame yourself. At least you were here. At least you got to know him. When I looked at him that night, I saw Minato, I saw Kushina, I saw everything I lost. I ran away. Told myself that I was gathering intel to protect him and the village. But that was a lie. I was a coward. I could have visited a lot of times, but I let my own guilt and grief keep me away, and now he's dead. He didn't deserve this. He was a child. Jiraiya said, leaning back, as the place was quiet for a while. Is Orochimaru even dead? Jiraiya questioned. I don't know, Hiruzen said. It still surprised me how Kakashi spoke about his strength, how powerful he was, and those divine weapons of his that seemed to be unbreakable. They're gone. Yes, they vanished when he passed away, Hiruzen said. Well, I guess there is a lot of questions and so little answers that we will never get. The Nine Tails is a part of that question as well. I suppose you're right, Hiruzen said. One thing after another. But at least we have time to deal with that. Time that can help everyone heal. Heal, Jiraiya said as he wanted to laugh. As he still considered himself a failure, he wasn't sure there was any healing that could fix that. Time skip. Sasuke attacked the wooden posts. Due to Naruto being gone, they never qualified for the finals. Although special circumstances could be made, Sasuke found himself stopping. Sasuke respected Naruto rather well. From that moment in the land of Wave, as Naruto proved that he can do what was necessary to protect the ones that he loved, the ones that he cared about. It didn't matter how far he had to go. He said it himself. But it wasn't just that now, was it? It made Sasuke realize something terrifying. Naruto was powerful enough to go toe-to-toe with a Sannin, and yet he still died. It made Sasuke wonder and question to himself, could he ever truly be strong enough? Was all of this pointless? His drive, his motivation, even while training, felt so hollow, it felt so empty. But yet, Sakura, she was so broken. And Sasuke stepped up. He was there for her, knowing how close they were. She found him to be a comfort. She found him to be something constant in her life that helped her through the pain. He was just as quiet as Naruto, and filled with support without saying a single word. It wasn't going to be easy, even for his sake, wondering if all of this training was pointless. Because even if he killed Itachi, even if he spilled his brother's blood, what would that accomplish? Not a single soul will be brought back, because what is dead stays dead. He wouldn't see his parents again. He would never have a happy family again. What he would do though was kill the last Uchiha in the world other than himself. He never think about it that way before, but now Naruto's death had become something that haunts him in his own life and beyond. Time skip. The area was packed. A lot of people came here to see the finals. Surprisingly, Sasuke was down there as well. You see, around a week ago, Hiruzen came to speak to Kakashi first. You see, there was many people that want to see Sasuke in the finals. Due to special circumstances, they couldn't have him qualify, because Naruto wasn't killed by any normal shinobi. Sakura did not want to qualify. They brought the question to him. After a day of thinking, he accepted. Maybe he wanted to prove to himself that getting stronger was still worth it, that going on was still worth it. But if the Chunin exam wasn't able to bring that fire back in him, to show him that going was still worth it, then he did not know what he was going to do then. He was very close into falling into Great Depression. Kakashi Hatake saw that. As much as he was there for Sakura, he did not left Sasuke out one bit. His constant questioning. He remembered what happened to him after he lost the ones that he loved, and he did not want that for either of his students. As he decided to step up, to channel all of his pain and sorrow into helping these two. Thus they were gathered there for the finals. Neji, Shikamaru, Kankuro, Temari, Gaara. They were all gathered down there. As Sasuke saw them all, he knew a part of him did not care about the exams, about the promotion, about all of it. And that was bad. The rookies sat within the crowd. Ino had brought Sakura along. They needed to get her out of the house. The house was not helping, but Sakura did not seem to care that much either, though she was here to show a bit of support for Sasuke. That was the most that she could muster. When Neji was supposed to go up against Kankuro, he gave up. Now that was strange. Shikamaru went up against Temari. In the end, he gave up as she won. Then Sasuke went up against Gaara. Fighting someone like Naruto. Since being a part of Team 7, it has been about 7.5 months to be quite exact. It made Sasuke far better than anyone would expect, because Naruto was not only vastly superior in strength to almost all the children in the, exam going on right now, every last one of them. In a test of raw physical strength, a dominating presence, Naruto was better, and his reflexes were almost godlike, and being hit by Naruto was like being hit by a train. So, going up against someone like Gaara, his sand seemed rather slow in comparison. Sasuke instinct and training, not to mention, he's done wonders in the just couple of days that he were given to train. Kakashi, he gave him something terrifyingly powerful, and it was now at his fingertips. Gaara, on the other hand, Mother wants your blood. She demands it. Chaos ensued as Gaara went crazy. Unfortunately though, something happened. Everything started to break loose. Sand and sound. Something happened as the two siblings took Gaara and headed towards the forest area. Sasuke chased after him immediately. He wanted to feel that sensation, like he was fighting for something, like there was a reason to go on. He would not let him go. Sakura saw him running after him. Dread and fear crept into her heart, afraid that Sasuke would die after seeing the malicious intent from Gaara. She quickly escaped, making her way. As she was able to break out of the genjutsu, she quickly made her way. However, up in the boot, Hiruzen was captured and forced towards the other building. But this was different. The look in his eyes as he felt the grip, and when he heard the voice. "Hello, Sensei. Did you miss me?" As chaos ensued down below, the look on Hiruzen's face as he get out of Orochimaru's grip. "You're alive," he said. "Well, of course I am." "Ah, I see. That little mess within the Forest of Death, where I killed that shinobi of yours. What was his name again?" "I'm glad that you're alive," Hiruzen said. "Oh, you are?" "Yes. So I can finally correct the mistake I made all those years ago. So I know that I can stop you with my bare hands. You will die today." It was the first time his sensei reacted like this. It seems the death of that one had really affected the man greatly. Back with the others, Kakashi had gathered members to help. However, Kankuro and Temaru proved to be a hassle. But that did not matter though, as Gaara started to go batshit crazy. He started to grip his head and scream. Sakura arrived. Sasuke's eyes went wide. "Stay back," he shouted towards her. As Gaara let loose, sand bullets exploding off his body, knocking away the kunais and shurikens and shredding the trees. Gaara took his sights and focused them on Sakura, due to their earlier battle where Sasuke had actually injured him. He wanted to make him suffer, and Gaara knew that having someone that cares about you was your greatest weakness. He was too fast as he slammed her against a tree. The sand started to constrict and wrap around her. "You love this one, don't you?" he said. "He will watch you die." He turned towards Sasuke, who was on his feet. "No!" he shouted, throwing kunais and shurikens. He even went through hand sign and released a fireball, but Gaara's sand proved to be the ultimate defense. As a massive tentacle grabbed Sasuke's leg, it slammed him through several trees. He could feel the pain rip through his back. He struggled to get on his feet. Blood started to run down his face as his forehead had been cut. While Sakura, she was being pressed. She could not even scream, as the sand was pressing down on her chest. She was going to die. A part of her didn't want to die, but a part of her accepted it, knowing that she would see Naruto again. As she realized she could not break free, she gave up. Sasuke, on the other hand, he felt worthless. Naruto was gone. He should protect her. He should be the one standing up and saving her, but here he was. He couldn't intervene in the battle and buy Naruto some time. He couldn't save him. And now he was just gonna stand here and watch her die. Something inside of him shattered, not break, shattered. Despite everything that went on, there was still some barriers around his heart. Since watching his brother, through multiple ways, slaughtering his clan, all of it broke away though. Since he lost everything, every single moment, depression, pain, anguish, it all came flooding back in. All of those feelings that he's been trying to resist, that he's been trying to push away. He couldn't save anyone. He was weak. He was a failure. And now she was about to die. Something inside of him just snapped. All of it. It overwhelmed him. His Sharingan, it sprang to life on its own. A strange phenomenon. Rarely happens, but yet, especially in a situation like this, his three-totem Sharingan switch to a strange, star-like pattern, awakening the Mangekyou Sharingan. He felt it. Power, exploding inside of him like an additional boost. Power from the deepest pits of loss. These eyes were awakened from the loss of a relative, someone that you truly care about deeply. Within this moment, though everything was just so overwhelming for Sasuke, it triggered that change inside of him. He bristled, leaping from the branch, tearing through the sand in his way, chakra radiating from his form. The word just popped into his mind. Amaterasu, he said. Blood ran down his eyes as black flames erupted, forcing Gaara to pull back as he screamed. Sasuke arrived and started to tear through the sand, but Gaara, he pushed that sand off of him, the black flames falling to the ground. How dare you! You dare hurt me again! Gaara released a primal scream as more power exploded, blasting Sasuke away. He gripped Sakura where she was, refusing to let her go as well. He shouted, "You hurt me, not once but twice. You will never stop my existence with your pain. You will be crushed like the rest," Gaara said, "after you watch her die." He started to lose himself, foaming at the mouth, chakra exploding out of him in waves. A partial shape of the One Tails, taking over half of his body as he was truly going deeper, deeper and deeper. Sakura lifted her head to the sky and screamed as the pressure increased on her chest. And that is when it happened. The sky split open. Not metaphorically. The sky split open. It was a phenomenon. Something that shouldn't be possible. Lightning, not your normal lightning. Something with a touch of red, something more primal. It spread across the sky, stopping Gaara and everyone in their tracks. It spread across the valley, across the land of fire. Thunder exploded in the heavens like the drums of war. Everyone could feel it in their bones. Everyone that was fighting came to a stop as they looked up, feeling actual fear course through them. Meanwhile, with the Hokage and Orochimaru, what is that? The members of the Sound Four also questioned. Orochimaru felt it. Immediately, PTSD, the fear of what he went through that day after almost being reduced to dust by that lightning. It ripped through him. It was the same feeling. Impossible. He's dead. I killed him! The first and the second, even their bodies seemed to be, hesitating. And they were reanimation. So this was odd, this was strange. As Hiruzen looked up, hearing Orochimaru's words. What's going on, he said, gazing towards the heavens. Every single person within the vicinity felt like they were looking at a lion and they were a helpless little bunny, about to be devoured. That primal fear washed over them. Kakashi pausing where he was, watching the arc of lightning tear across the sky. What is that? Shikamaru said over to the side, as he had several sound ninjas bound within his shadow. Something was wrong. Sasuke looking up, his Mangeto Sharingan trying to perceive what he was looking at, as he realized that these were no normal lightning, no normal thunder. The fabric of space was being split and buckled, like it was tearing open to something unbelievable, as red light bleed into the world. Not the red of fire or blood, something more fundamentally wrong. The twisted mentality of the all-consuming rage given form, violence manifestation. As it arced from the heavens like a thunderbolt, it struck the ground right in the center of where it happened. Right where they were battling a moment ago. The earth split open, revealing something else, another place. Down below they could see it, a realm of ash, fire and endless war, where creatures who had no place in this world fought and died in eternal conflict. The monsters, they saw it, and they tried to reach it, the abominations roaring upwards as they tried to reach from the pits of what seemed like hell to the surface world, but they didn't make it far. Hands were ripping through them, tearing them apart, jumping on their backs, snapping their neck and throwing them back into the flames. Whatever it was, it leaped, jumping out. The picture shut behind it. It landed in the center. Strange, smoking, powerful. All of it was gone like a sound of thunder clapping, louder than anyone could ever even imagine. And there he stood, burns and torn and slashes all over him. However, as the rays of the sunlight exposed his form, all of them started to heal. All of them started to vanish away. His blonde hair was longer, wider. His physique was more muscular, broader. The tattoos on his body, they seemed to be pulsating. His eyes burned with that lightning and red light. It was him, Naruto Uzumaki. He lifted his head to the sky and roared. This did not sound like a human. It was a battle cry, a voice that made everyone feel like they were in the depths of it. It was so primal. It doesn't matter if you were a lesser man or a confident man. It sent shivers down the Hokage's spine. Even those that were dead felt it, the reanimations. It wasn't normal. Anyone too close dropped to their knees. Some passing out. Windows exploded. Walls cracked. The scream spoke of triumph, survival, return, because he has returned. He turned his head to where she was. He could feel her life fading. It sounded like thunder as he moved. Shikamaru, who was losing control over his shadow, felt it break. His chakra was zapped. There were 15 men that were standing there, but something blew past him that sent him to the ground, and all 15 men were gutted and torn apart, their bodies singed and burned. Not a single one of them alive. Shikamaru threw up. The stench and the scene made him throw up. He was confused, shocked, not understanding as Asuma landed, having finally got there. Shocked to what he was seeing. Well, what the hell happened? As Gaara was pinning Sakura, lightning, it vaporized his hand. He was lucky that his hand was covered by the sand and basically merged into it. If it wasn't, he wouldn't have it anymore. But that wasn't it though. A punch. It shattered that part of his face. You could hear it. His skull caving in. His body was thrown like a rag doll, smashing through several trees, tearing through the forest before crashing down as he was out, whether dead or on the verge of death from a punch. The sand was torn apart as she fell into his embrace, but she was fading into an unconscious state. Given his violent demeanor, this was different as he cradled her against his chest, holding her softly, her eyes barely opening up. Naruto? Is that you? He held her close. It's alright, he said. Everything's gonna be alright now. Tears ran from her eyes. But you're dead. Am I dead? She said. No. You're not, he said. Then how are you? She passed out in his arms. As he held her, Sasuke came walking up, a mix of shock, disbelief, and hope. You're alive. You're actually alive. Naruto nodded and handed Sakura over to him. I'll explain everything later. For now, take her and get somewhere safe. Naruto said as he could feel it. Gaara was out, and Shikaku took control of his body. Sasuke looked unsure. I promise we'll talk later. But for right now, I'm trusting you to get her out of here. The both of you need medical attention. Go. Now. What about you? Sasuke said, fearing this implication, remembering what happened the last time. Don't you worry, said Naruto, his expression firm. I do not plan on dying anytime soon. As he turned his head, go now. His tone was just as commanding. Sasuke believed in him, something that he's been losing, but he believed in what Naruto had said as he made his way off. The one-tailed power exploded outwards. Gaara was out. Shikaku was trying his best to heal the boy so he would not die. After all, if he die, it will take some time for him to reform. However, the punch had severely affected Gaara, rattling his brain. Shikaku, on the other hand, was gonna destroy the one that did it, for his own, hate of mankind. You, he said. A tsunami of sand erupted from the beast, enough to bury a small village. It came down towards Naruto like a landslide, ready to crush him. Yet as Naruto raised his hammer into the heavens, the lightning did not just struck, it detonated like a bomb from the heavens. The sand was superheated almost instantly, turning into molten glass. Naruto shattered it, and he was already on the move. He launched himself at speeds, running up Shikaku's arm. He threw the hammer in the air and drew for the blades of chaos. They lit with flames as he drew them across the beast's arm. Shikaku could actually feel it. That was the most surprising part. When Naruto struck, though, by bearing the full might of himself down upon the thing, the one-tail stumbled. The beast, the construct of sand, the beast that towered over him, stumbled. Its presence was supposed to be dominating to everyone. It was a tailed beast, and yet its rage was palpable, releasing wind and sand mixed together. Bullets that were the size of a two-story house shot at Naruto with impossible force and speed. The hammer flew as Naruto caught it, blazing into the air as he dropped down, releasing it. He teared into Shikaku's arms, the divine flames ripping into the sand. Shikaku raged and yelled as Naruto started to hack at the beast. Its sand exploding outwards, it tried to throw him off, but Naruto gripped into it and ran. As he spun the blades of chaos, he teared through the stubby fingers of Shikaku. He then flew upwards and sunk the blade, both of them, into its shoulder and ripped, tearing off that part of the arm. Genuine, painful scream left Shikaku's throat. Impossible, he said. I'm eternal. I can't be destroyed by a human. Everything can be destroyed. You just need the right tools, Naruto said, as he flipped back and grabbed his hammer and threw it. The seismic boom as it slammed into Shikaku's chest. The beast fell backwards and trampled the forest. But Naruto wasn't done, not just yet. He flew straight up with the hammer. As the lightning in the sky seemed to turn as he swirled the hammer, the heavens seemed to call out to him, reach. When he came down, The entire forest area in that section flattened as Shikaku roared out in pain. Naruto ran up the thing. It was almost non-movement at all. Gripping the blades of chaos, Naruto drive it down into the center of Shikaku's chakra. What kept him together? What kept it solid? The source, the link between it and Gaara. The blades were no normal blades. They burned through anything. They tore, they destroy. Shikaku raged. "You can't kill me," he said. "I am a force of nature." He started to hype himself up as he tried to gather his sand to throw Naruto off of him, but something went wrong. The heavens opened up as the lightning struck Naruto, not the hammer. Fusing with the blades, the marks on Naruto started to glow as Naruto started to carve in and cut deeper and deeper and deeper. The red of the blades became blue, the fusion of the both of them, creating something far more terrifying. Shikaku's screams were heard all over Konoha. Anguish, terror, fear. The absolute fear of being killed. A tailed beast would always reform, but in this situation, Shikaku could feel its existence being destroyed. The manifestation of consciousness being cultivated and given form by the sage was being destroyed. The one tail was being destroyed completely. Its consciousness that was given intelligence by the sage himself, a beast that had walked the world before Naruto even was a mere thought, before some of his ancestors were a mere thought. It was being destroyed. For the first time, Shikaku pleaded the fear of being completely destroyed after knowing that, after thinking that he would always be reformed. Yet it pleaded please, but it was done. The exact moment could be seen as the consciousness was destroyed, torn apart, showing a deeper depth of just how terrifying Naruto was. However, the remaining chakra flooded back into the nearest source, that was Gaara, as he collapsed down to the ground, cushioned by the sand that was already on the ground, as the rest of it had completely dissolved. The chakra bound itself to Gaara, the seal not working as a seal of containment anymore, but just as storage, mostly, because there was no mind, no source, no way to cultivate all that chakra. The beast itself, though, the personality, everything, the Shikaku was annihilated. Gaara, truly realizing what happened, tried to crawl away, stumbling away as Naruto reached, and the hammer fell into his hand. The sky crackled as Naruto stepped forward, moving in as Gaara looked terrified. He saw it, his death, and there was nothing. "Please!" she screamed out. Naruto turned as Kankuro was being supported by Temari, but she was the one that dropped to her knees. "Please, don't kill him. I beg you," she said. "He's my brother. He didn't know. We were tricked. It was Orochimaru, not our father. The sand was manipulated. Please," she begged, as she watched the hammer crackling with lightning in his hand, seeing him destroy a tailed beast, which should not be possible. "Please, I'm begging you. He's all we have left," she pleaded with Naruto, knowing that he could end Gaara and they could not stop him. Naruto looked down towards Gaara, who seemed to be shocked at his sister and brother standing up for him. Maybe it was because the mind of Shikaku was gone, but Gaara looked at them for the first time since all of this. Naruto turned his head, his eyes focused on where the Hokage was trapped. He moved. It was like lightning scraping across the heavens. He moved with speed of a flash of lightning. The Violet Four formation, the barrier that could turn anyone into dust by burning them alive. Yet, It was felt. Reality tore open. This time though, it wasn't the hammer or the blades. It was something else. Something that came to Naruto. The Leviathan axe dropped right into Naruto's grip. The divine weapon of ice and divine frost. The complete opposite of fire, equal and deadly. Naruto threw it. It smashed into the barrier. Instead of being destroyed, it cut into the chakra and started to freeze over the point of entry. Naruto gripped the handle and pulled, ripping a hole right into it. He landed inside, shocking the Anvus. The Sound Ninjas immediately flared their power, pushing themselves to curse mark level 2 to fix the hole. Because it was incredibly hard to do. Whatever that energy was, it was affecting their chakra to seal the hole back. Kimimari's body was now under Orochimaru's control. But the moment Naruto landed inside, the conflict of their battle in the forest, Orochimaru felt it. Was it PTSD? Was it somehow some divine wrath? He didn't know, but he felt it. But I killed you. I destroyed your heart. You were buried. Naruto did not respond with words. The Spartan rage exploded outwards. It all exploded. It was like he became the source of fury, death and destruction. The monster that he's always been. He was bringing it out, letting Orochimaru see the monster that was inside of him. The Leviathan axe teared through the side of his ear. A huge clunk of it falling off. Orochimaru had barely moved his head in time. But Naruto was far from done. Orochimaru blazed through hand sign, but the blades of chaos sliced through wind, fire, earth, water. Everything. And when the hammer came and slammed into his ribs, Orochimaru tumbled across the rooftop, trying to regenerate. The hammer smashed into him once more, forcing him to shed his skin. The Sannin chose to run, as the weapons were flying all over, but Naruto appeared above him. Leviathan axe coming down, Orochimaru drew for a blade from his throat. Yet the Leviathan axe teared through it like it was paper and carved into Orochimaru's shoulder. He spat another Orochimaru, fresh and new. He spat a blade, aiming it towards Naruto's heart. However, Naruto spun and caught it. He slammed his hand together, stopping the blade. As he stopped it inches away from his chest. Impossible, Orochimaru said. What are you? Your end, Naruto said. His fist, as he released the blade, cracked Orochimaru's chin. The Sannin tried to backpedal, but despite their size difference, Naruto was upon him. With each blow, blood soaked Naruto's fists. The Sannin tried to use physical strength to overpower Naruto, but Naruto snapped his bone. You could see it poking out of his arm. Naruto uppercut him once again, jumping and kneeing him in the face as Naruto pulled him down and bashed his head into the roof. Violently. He was a primal beast. Orochimaru had no idea where Naruto was or how he survived, but he returned with a strength unlike any before. You took everything from me. My life, my teammates' happiness. Naruto could only imagine what they were going through, especially her, when she thought he was dead. You killed me, Naruto said, as he dropped Orochimaru's head once again. Naruto did not stop there though, as he bashed in his face. He gripped his arm and stepped into the shoulder and ripped it out. Orochimaru's body had reached its limit. He could not heal himself from these injuries. Naruto thrust the hammer into his chest as lightning Send him sailing as he bounced across the ground. Wait, Orochimaru said, extending his hand. We can make a deal, we can whack! Naruto slammed the hammer into the side of his skull. Orochimaru was staggered. Whack! Once more. And another and another. Naruto called for the axe and severed his legs. Orochimaru screamed. As his body was done, he slipped out of Kimimaro, showing his true form. With that, he tried to escape, realizing this monster wasn't something that he could kill. Not again, said Naruto as he raised the hammer. The barrier exploded. Lightning arced from the sky as Naruto struck Orochimaru. A cataclysmic blast. All the force shooting into the heavens. Every single snake, all of them were blown and torn apart. The lightning unmaking them out of existence. It was no normal attack. All that were connected to Orochimaru in some sort of way. The curse mark, the Sound Force felt it, as the barrier was no longer there. The Anvus immediately moved to apprehend them. Naruto lightning had destroyed everything that Orochimaru was. As he stood there, the Sannin was gone. Done. Destroyed. Completely. Naruto moved across the destroyed rooftop, where he saw the Hokage ripping out the soul out of the first and the second, with the Reaper death seal. With Orochimaru being dead, he could not undo the jutsu. The Shinigami eyes looked towards Naruto, and Naruto looked back as he saw the thing. It seemed to know something, as Naruto did not blink as he looked at it. However, it did what it came here to do. The souls of the first and the second were free. Naruto caught Hiruzen as he fell. Naruto was about to pick him up. Save your strength. We need to get you no. Hiruzen said with a smile. My time has come, Naruto, he said. I've lived for long enough. Too long, perhaps. I'm glad, though. I'm glad I was able to see you again, and not in the other world. It wasn't your time. You shouldn't have died. I don't know how you're back, but promise me that you will take care of them. Konoha, your friends, everyone. Yes. That was all Naruto said. Hiruzen knew that one yes meant more than any other promise that he would have given. And the Hokage died within his arms. The man, the third Hokage, the professor, the god of shinobi, he died within Naruto's arms as the Anvus approached. Surrounding him, they looked down. They've seen all they needed to see. Jiraiya made his way towards the roof as Naruto got up. They haven't met before. Jiraiya was stunned though, and confused. He was supposed to be dead. None of this makes any sense. He didn't understand what the hell was going on. Time skip. Footsteps could be heard. Somewhere dark, somewhere violent. The very air itself smell and taste bad. Someone was draped in the darkness. As they came to a stop. So he's back. The person questioned. Yes. He's returned back to the world of the living. Yet we thought it was impossible. But he returned. Are we just going to allow that to happen? After what he's done? The person questioned. Well, it wasn't much of a question but a statement. In his time away, Naruto had changed, grown, gone through horrors that man should not face. Then again, he learned. He wasn't just a man now, was he? Back at the Elemental Nation, Sakura opened her eyes in the hospital. She could barely remember what happened, as the memories started to return back to her slowly. She had a strange dream when she was being crushed by that sand boy, that she saw Naruto. She wished it was reality, but she knew Naruto was gone. She thought she was gonna die. She was hallucinating him. She was so happy in that moment. Thinking that he was alive, she was just so... She heard the sound of the door opening up. She turned, her eyes widening. She looked around, wondering if this was reality, as she gazed towards him as he stood at the door. "Sakura," he said. But guys, we end episode right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm out for now. Peace.